Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we'll be focusing on what's been said on the internet in regards to the latest numbers and first week projections for Eminem's side B of Music to Be Murdered By. And there's a lot of confusion and misinformation going around that has sparked questions like this. If Music to Be Murdered By side B does not reach number 1 on Billboard, would it break Eminem's streak of number 1 debuts, or is that only for studio albums? And we'll be exploring why questions like this are popping up on social media right now. As we dive in, if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit the like button to support the channel, subscribe if you're new, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So I often criticize the MSM on this channel as they are see-through like peepholes when it comes to how they handle news about Eminem, and this was hot new hip-hop a few hours ago when projections came in. Eminem's Murder to Be Murdered By side B might not even move 100k units in its first week. And here's some clown music to go with this. Now, before we go into the details, remember that many high-profile rappers have dropped deluxe versions of albums in 2020, some even on the release week, just days after the original version drops. And here's a question for you guys. Have you ever seen a headline like this about any deluxe album that dropped in 2020 for any other artist? But this is Eminem, so they have to make positive news sound negative. And here's an example. Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 5 Deluxe late September that re-entered the chart at number 17 that reportedly sold 24,000 that week. And right under the post, since Wayne also dropped a deluxe recently, a user states, Lil Wayne has released a side B album today, are we gonna have the same type of article? And don't get this the wrong way, these aren't shots at Wayne, but just for comparison to show how Eminem is held to out-of-this-world standards. Another user adds, it's a deluxe, selling almost 100k for a deluxe is actually impressive as F. Wayne's Funeral Deluxe only sold 8,000. And remember, nothing is set in stone yet, since these are early predictions so far, so it could go up or down depending on fans this week, and some Eminem detractors have jumped in on this quote-unquote negative connotation following this news. One states, it was really quite poor to be honest, I can understand why it's only selling this much, not a single amazing track. And here's a feeding response, what? And here's more on that to give you some more context on this. Under the thread about the sales, a user states, Pop Smoke Deluxe album sold only 40,000 despite being released a month after the album. It's a deluxe album of an 11-month-old album with no promo, use your brain. And to set it straight, Pop Smoke's album is the third bestseller this year in the United States, and Hot New Hip Hop dropped this just days after Crook highlighted in an interview with Hot New Hip Hop that people love to hate on Eminem. Oh, the irony. And while everyone is talking about the United States, World Music Awards dropped this. Top 10 albums worldwide iTunes, and as you can see, Music to Be Murdered By side B remains number 1 2 days in a row with quite the competition. So back to the first question at the beginning, about if it doesn't get number 1, will his streak be affected? And Chart Data's tweet answers this. Eminem's Music to Be Murdered By side B headed for return to top 3 on the US albums chart with 70 to 80,000 units. It previously debuted at number 1. And once again, I'd remind you guys that this could change up or down depending on the fans in the United States. And for those who purchased physical copies, sales won't be counted because according to the new rules, sales are only counted after the album is shipped, which will happen in January, I believe. So projections are based solely on streams and digital sales this time around, and on the streaming side of things, the album opened on Spotify with 19.7 million streams, and Eminem was the second most streamed artist of the day with 29.8 million streams. And for those still confused on how this will work, this user breaks it down. It's a deluxe in the same way Lil Uzi Vert's Love vs. the World 2 is a deluxe of EA. It's not a new album and shouldn't be counted as one when talking about sales, just an album length deluxe. And we'll keep our eyes peeled to see where this lands, as Hits Daily double first day projections for Eminem recent albums have all been off, but what do you think? Will it go up in the United States or down? Some believe it will be up, like this user for instance. Kid Cudi in his prime doing 140k and 48-year-old rapper doing 80k with deluxe. People should stop hating, man. Also, I think it will increase to 130k. Let's see.